Why husband and I hadn't spoken a word to each other in a year. Final part. I woke up at the crack of dawn. Devin was a creature of intense habit. He worked out every morning at the exact same time. To avoid him, I had to either leave the house before the sun rose or wait until he was in the shower. I couldn't be late today, so I was up at 6 a.m. When I tiptoed into the kitchen, a tall, broad-shouldered silhouette was standing by the espresso machine. Hearing my footsteps, he turned his head. "You're up," he noted smoothly. "Eat breakfast." We hadn't been alone like this in ages. He had only been back in the condo for 3 days. In the old days, we managed breakfast and lunch on our own, but dinner was sacred. We always ate together. For the past 72 hours, we hadn't shared a single meal. Being in this sprawling kitchen with him made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. The social media algorithm is a cruel, psychic beast. Even though I didn't follow Ella and had never met her in person, my Explore page faithfully delivered every single one of her posts to my screen. To anyone looking at her grid, they didn't look like two people who broke up years ago. They looked like star-crossed lovers who had finally found their way back to each other against all odds. After a year of total silence, Devin and I had deteriorated to the point where I felt like an intruder in my own home. Standing in the kitchen, under his intense scrutiny, I felt like the mistress. I felt like I was the one encroaching on Ella's man, even though I was the one wearing his ring. Our eyes met. I quickly snatched a piece of dry toast from the rack and speed-walked toward the foyer. I kept my head down as I shoved my feet into my heels. Suddenly, the scent of cedarwood and cold morning air washed over me. He was standing right next to me. "Sit down and eat," he commanded softly. I shook my head. "I'm in a rush." The corner of his mouth quirked up. "I'll DRI." Before he could finish the word, I ripped the door open and sprinted down the hall. I wasn't actually in a rush. I walked 2 blocks to a cozy corner diner we used to frequent. It was a gritty, local spot. I always thought it was funny that a guy who grew up on a sprawling Hamptons estate, who wore bespoke Italian suits, would sit on a cracked vinyl stool and eat pancakes with plastic syrup dispensers. But Devin was the one who found this place. After he left for Europe, I kept coming here alone. Maria, the owner, had asked me a few months back, "Honey, where's your handsome guy?" Haven't seen him around. I had panicked and lied. We decided to part ways. Maria, naturally, assumed we were divorced. Today, out of nowhere, Maria decided it was time for me to move on. "Joe, sweetie, since you're single now, I've got a guy for you. My nephew, postdoc, works over at Rush Memorial. A doctor." I forced a polite, pained smile. "Thank you, Maria, really, but I'm not looking to date right now." "Oh, come on. He's tall, gorgeous, much better looking than your ex-husband." A shadow fell over the counter, blocking the morning light. I looked up and locked eyes with Devin. It had to be Mercury in retrograde. Every single humiliating thing I said, he magically appeared to overhear. Devin's face was thunderous. "Maria," he said, his voice